Imagine walking into a hotel, not as a guest, but as the very owner who built it from the ground up. You've sacrificed years of sleepless nights, countless battles, and endless determination to create a space that represents your hard work and vision. Yet the moment you arrive, the people at the front desk look at you with doubt in their eyes. They don't see your power, your leadership, your success. They only see a black woman they believe doesn't belong. They deny you a room in your own hotel, speaking with arrogance, convinced you're just another customer they can dismiss. For a moment, the sting of humiliation cuts deep, the injustice of being underestimated and disrespected in a place you created. Never let others define your worth. Your identity and achievements speak louder than prejudice. Too often in life, people will look at you and make judgments based on surface-level assumptions. They may see your skin color, your gender, your background, or even the way you carry yourself in a single moment. And in that instant, they think they know who you are. But the truth is, no one can define your worth except you. The woman in the story walked into her own hotel only to be turned away, treated as though she didn't belong, as if she were less than the very position she had earned through years of perseverance. That moment of humiliation could have been devastating. It could have broken her spirit and reinforced the idea that no matter how much she achieved, the world would still find a way to look down on her. But she didn't let that happen. Instead, she stood firm, not because she needed their approval, but because she already knew who she was. Her worth was not dependent on whether someone at the front desk recognized her power. Her worth was written in the sacrifices she made, the vision she brought to life, and the empire she had built with her own hands. This is where the lesson comes alive for all of us. Every single person has a story, and every single person has value that goes beyond what others can see at first glance. The problem is that society often tries to place limits on people, to categorize them, to put them in a box defined by stereotypes and biases. If you allow those labels to stick, if you let those judgments seep into your mind, you risk living a life smaller than the one you are meant to live. Worth is not measured by someone else's opinion of you. Worth is measured by the effort you put into your dreams, the resilience you show when obstacles appear, and the authenticity with which you live your life. When the Black CEO revealed her true identity, the silence in the room said everything. Those who doubted her were confronted not only with their own ignorance, but with undeniable evidence of her greatness. That moment was powerful not just because she proved them wrong, but because she didn't need their validation in the first place. She already knew who she was. Their disbelief did not change the reality of her ownership, her leadership, or her success. In our own lives, we have to remember the same truth. People will doubt you, dismiss you, and sometimes even try to humiliate you. They may try to convince you that you are less than what you truly are, but their words and actions only have as much power as you give them. Your achievements, your dreams, and your courage are stronger than any prejudice or narrow-minded assumption. Never hand over the power to define your worth to someone else, because the loudest voice of all should always be your own belief in yourself. True revenge is not fueled by anger, but by the undeniable success that silences doubt. Anger may feel powerful in the moment, but it rarely changes hearts and minds in a way that lasts. Success, on the other hand, is a force no one can ignore. When people doubt you, disrespect you, or humiliate you, the most effective response is not to lash out or waste your energy proving them wrong through arguments. The most powerful response is to rise so high that their negativity becomes irrelevant, to achieve so much that their insults are drowned out by the weight of your accomplishments. In the story of the Black CEO, she could have shouted, demanded respect, or lashed out at the staff who treated her unfairly. But instead, she chose the quiet strength of truth. Her revenge was not in words, but in showing them that the very hotel they tried to deny her in was hers. That truth was undeniable, and in that moment, their arrogance collapsed without her raising her voice. Success carries a kind of authority that no insult can touch. When you focus your energy on building, growing, and creating, you're not just proving doubters wrong, you're proving yourself right. You are showing yourself that their words have no control over your destiny, that your dreams are stronger than their disbelief. This is why revenge through success is so profound. It doesn't just silence the outside world, it heals something inside you. It replaces the sting of rejection with the pride of achievement. Instead of carrying bitterness, you carry strength. Instead of wasting energy on anger, you invest it in your future. Think about the message it sends when someone tries to hold you back, yet you rise anyway. The same people who said you couldn't do it are forced to watch as you do it better than anyone imagined. They are left with no choice but to face their own small-mindedness. That's the kind of revenge that lasts. Words fade, confrontations are forgotten, but the legacy of your success leaves a mark they can never erase. It is a victory that goes beyond personal satisfaction. It becomes an example for others who face the same struggles. It tells them, don't waste your time fighting those who doubt you. Put your energy into becoming so great that their doubt no longer matters. The Black CEO's story resonates because it flips the script on humiliation. What could have been a painful memory turned into a defining moment of strength, not because she sought revenge in anger, but because she allowed her success to do the talking. That is the essence of real revenge. Not lowering yourself to the level of those who mistreat you, but rising so high that they can't even reach you anymore. When you focus on success as your answer, you stop letting others dictate your story. You reclaim your narrative, you write your own ending, and you prove that the best revenge is not found in shouting, fighting, or bitterness. It is found in becoming unstoppable. Grace, confidence, and calm authority can shatter arrogance more powerfully than rage. When someone tries to humiliate you, the natural instinct is often to react emotionally, to defend yourself with anger, or to strike back with the same energy they gave you. But true strength is revealed when you stay grounded, when you refuse to be pulled into their negativity, and when you respond with a level of composure that catches everyone off guard. The Black CEO in the story could have shouted, demanded respect, or thrown her authority in their faces, but she didn't need to. Her calmness was her weapon. By holding her head high and speaking with quiet authority, she left a greater impact than any display of rage ever could. Arrogance thrives when it provokes a reaction. Those who underestimate you want to see you flustered, want to feel that they have power over your emotions. But when you respond with grace, you deny them that satisfaction. You remind them that they cannot shake you, that their words and actions have no control over your sense of self. Confidence in that moment is louder than shouting because it communicates an unshakable belief in who you are. It sends the message that you don't need to prove your worth through anger. You prove it by simply being who you are and refusing to be diminished. Calm authority carries a unique kind of weight. It doesn't demand respect, it commands it. When the CEO revealed that she was the owner of the hotel, she didn't have to make a scene. She let the truth speak for itself, and in her composed tone, the arrogance of those who dismissed her crumbled instantly. That is the power of calm authority. It exposes ignorance without you having to lift your voice. It turns the tables not through force, but through undeniable reality. People who once looked down on you are left standing in silence, not because you shouted them into submission, but because they realize they misjudged you completely. This is a lesson for anyone who has faced disrespect or discrimination. The temptation to react with fury is strong, but grace allows you to maintain control of the situation. Confidence reminds you that your value is not determined by their treatment of you. Calm authority ensures that your message is not lost in the chaos of anger, but shines through clearly, leaving no room for doubt. Choosing grace is not weakness, it is discipline. Choosing confidence is not arrogance, it is self-belief. Choosing calm authority is not passivity, it is mastery of the moment. In the end, the most powerful way to dismantle arrogance is not to mirror it, but to rise above it. Rage might win the battle in the moment, but grace, confidence, and calm authority win the war. They leave a lasting impression that arrogance cannot erase, and they prove that real strength is not in loudness or aggression, but in the quiet certainty of knowing exactly who you are and refusing to be shaken by anyone who tries to make you feel small. Being underestimated is not a weakness. It's an opportunity to rise in surprise. Life often presents us with situations where people look at us and assume we don't have what it takes. They judge our appearance, our background, or our quiet presence. And in their arrogance, they dismiss us before giving us a chance. While being underestimated can sting, it can also be one of the most powerful advantages you'll ever have. It gives you the element of surprise, the chance to exceed expectations, and the opportunity to prove that strength isn't always visible at first glance. In the story of the black CEO, the staff at her own hotel assumed she didn't belong, that she was just another customer who could be pushed aside. What they didn't realize was that the woman they were dismissing held the very keys to the building they stood in. Their underestimation created the perfect stage for her to rise and reveal her true power. When people underestimate you, they reveal more about themselves than they do about you. They expose their narrow vision, their inability to see potential beyond their limited perspective. Instead of being discouraged, you can use that to your advantage. Let their doubt fuel your drive. Let their low expectations give you the quiet motivation to go further than anyone imagined. There is a unique satisfaction in showing the world that you are more than what they thought, that your capabilities extend far beyond the labels they placed on you. Every great story of success is filled with moments where someone was underestimated, only to rise and prove everyone wrong. Being underestimated also teaches resilience. It forces you to dig deeper, to rely on your own belief when no one else sees your worth. And that resilience becomes a strength that can never be taken away. It's not about proving yourself to the doubters. It's about proving to yourself that their opinions hold no weight against your determination. Every time someone dismisses you, you have the chance to transform that dismissal into fuel for your journey. Instead of seeing it as an insult, see it as free motivation, a reminder that your rise will be all the more powerful because it was unexpected. The CEO's revelation was powerful because it wasn't just about owning the hotel. It was about turning underestimation into empowerment. She didn't just defend herself, she redefined the narrative in a single moment. That is the gift of being underestimated. You get to rewrite the ending, to take control of the story, and to leave people in awe when they finally realize who you truly are. Every time life underestimates you, see it as an open door. See it as a setup for your breakthrough. Let the underestimation sharpen your vision and strengthen your resolve. Because when you rise from that place, when you surprise the world with what you're truly capable of, the impact is unforgettable. You don't just succeed, you transform the very expectations that once tried to limit you. The best response to humiliation is proving that you are unstoppable through your actions. When someone disrespects you, when they try to make you feel small, the instinct to lash out is strong. But words spoken in anger often fade, and revenge built on bitterness rarely brings lasting satisfaction. What truly endures is the proof that, no matter how others tried to hold you back, you kept moving forward, you kept building, and you kept shining. Actions carry a power that arguments never will. They are undeniable, they are visible, and they stand as living proof that no insult could break you. The black CEO who was denied a room in her own hotel could have shouted, demanded recognition, or matched the humiliation with anger. Instead, her real response was rooted in the years of action she had already taken. She had built that hotel, brick by brick, sacrifice by sacrifice, and her success spoke louder than any insult at the front desk. Actions reveal strength that words can only hint at. When people doubt you, they often expect you to crumble under the weight of humiliation. They want to see you defeated because it validates their arrogance. But when you rise from humiliation with relentless persistence, when you refuse to stop chasing your vision, you prove that their attempt to break you has failed completely. Every step you take forward, every milestone you achieve, becomes a statement. I am not defined by this moment of disrespect. I am defined by the power of my journey. Success achieved in the face of humiliation is sweeter because it shows the world that no obstacle, not even the cruelty of others, can block your destiny. The best part of proving yourself through action is that it doesn't require confrontation. You don't have to argue about your worth or explain your potential. Instead, you let your results do the talking. People who once doubted you are forced to acknowledge what you've accomplished. Even if they never apologize, your growth becomes undeniable evidence that their judgment was wrong. Actions cut through noise, silence the doubters, and create a legacy that cannot be ignored. When you choose to focus on action instead of retaliation, you channel your energy into something that builds your future instead of wasting it on those who tried to tear you down. Humiliation can be a turning point if you allow it to be. It can either weigh you down or push you higher. The choice lies in whether you respond with despair or determination. Proving you are unstoppable through action transforms humiliation into a source of fuel. Every time someone tries to break your spirit, you have the chance to show them that you will not only survive, you will thrive. Your response becomes bigger than the moment itself. It becomes a story of resilience, a story that inspires others who have faced similar pain. And in the end, the greatest revenge is not in showing anger, but in showing that no matter what was said, no matter how deeply you were disrespected, you cannot be stopped, you will not be broken, and your actions will always speak louder than their words.